5 stupid things you should not repeat. There are examples of actions of so stupid people, it is not clear how they hit upon the idea of it. Here is the top 5 of the most stupid things that are not worth to repeat. Number 5. Buried alive. Janaka Basnayake from Sri Lanka tried to break the world record for the long period of time spent buried alive underground. Most magicians doing this trick have the waste path to salvation. The guy, unfortunately, was not a professional. Instead, he forced his family to bury him in the pit depth of 3 meters and then cover it with ground and wood. He was buried for 7.5 hours and was dug after that. The guy was breathless and rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. It is instructive that the Guinness Book of Records will not recognize the record because it is too dangerous and you should not try to repeat it. Number 4. Swallowing of rusty blade. Dr. Hensley, a dentist from Australia, died an excruciating death from the fact that he had to swallow. Being an amateur in question of tricks, he performed a trick called swallowing of rusty blade for his young son. He showed this trick pretending to be throwing blade in his mouth, while actually put it into the sleeve of his coat. Once hapless doctor slipped while performing a stunt, and fatal accident's sharp blade went straight into the throat. Despite the huge amount of x-rays and 2 operations, doctors were unable to find the blade. 4 days later, suffering from pain and internal bleeding, the man died. Number 3. The most absurd death. It is not necessary to try to repeat the dangerous stunt to die tragically. It is enough to have bad habits and increased bad luck. This happened to one American who had a habit of picking his nose. One day he was riding in a car with one hand on the steering wheel and the other, as usual, in the nose. Suddenly the car twitched and the guy shook his finger and hurt some blood vessel. Blood flowed from his nose. Blood is not just streamed and poured with abundant flow. The guy continued to move. After a few hours, road patrol discovered a car at the roadside with the body cooled down in a pool of blood. The pathologist determined the cause of death, damage to the blood vessel, followed by hemorrhage. So that abuse, this bad habit, is not worth it, especially while driving a car. Posthumously unhappy, won the Darwin Award for the most absurd death while he was driving. Number 2. Lethal gardening. One of the residents of the state of New York decided to tidy his garden. Huge oaks spoiled the overall look, seriously damaged by a lightning strike. He decided not to call professionals. A man rented a large shredder, a device for shredding tree limbs, and put it directly under the tree to be able to throw the cut branches into it straight from the tree. One awkward movement and the hapless gardener fell from the branches directly into a working device, where rescuers found him already dead and partially crushed. Number 1. Love is in the wrong place. Modern Romeo and Juliet. The story, which took place with the 2 lovers in South Africa, could be a joke if it had not actually happened. Young people, as reported by local media, decided to use the railways to make love. In a fit of passion, they forgot everything, including the fact that the paths is dangerous even to walk, even to make love. It was evening and train driver noticed late on a couple of rails to entertain. He had time to give a warning signal. Nobody reacted to it. The young man died instantly while his girlfriend died in hospital. In addition, it is one of the rare occasions when the Darwin Awards honored 2 people at the same time for absurd death.